welcome back. I'm live from home, here to talk about everything that happened during the first presidential debate. At this point in the election process, it's crucial for you, as voters, to figure out what it is each candidate has to offer. And we heard some great points from many of them. We start the debate with opening statements. These much resemble the stump speeches we heard last week. Lisa Parker complaining about paychecks being stolen, Silas Hansen further telling us how hardworking he is, Roderick Allen portraying himself as the ultimate family man, and Keller, Lewis, Sanchez, and Chen further expressed their intent to focus on climate change, mental health services, and in Keller's case, prioritizing a progressive agenda moving towards freedom, equity, and justice for all. The debate kicked off with a question about climate change, with Mike Lewis responding, urging Americans to accept the science presented to us. And I couldn't agree more. He proposed that America move to 100% clean energy by 2050. He put his best foot forward. He was articulate and prepared, and his professionalism came across both during the debate and after with his kind words for the other candidates on social media. Meanwhile, tensions were high between Sanchez and Keller over the involvement of corporations in the race to combat climate change. Sanchez focused heavily on maintaining positive relationships with corporations and working alongside them, whereas Keller followed by saying we need the cooperation of corporations. The language from Keller is specific enough to highlight the different ideologies of these two candidates. Lastly, Parker closed out the conversation with a whole lot of nothing about American values and patriotism. If only her American values could solve climate change. The discussion quickly shifted to revitalizing the economy after just over a year of Americans facing the impacts of COVID-19. Like before, Lewis came prepared, suggesting the money be distributed largely to unions, ensuring that the benefits be distributed to all workers. But Sanchez was ready with her rebuttal, suggesting that rebuilding the middle class starts with distributing stimulus checks right to the people and raising the minimum wage. Sanchez proves that she was ready to voice her views even in the 30-second rebuttal she was allotted. She is a candidate that will fight for what she wants. In the final minutes of the debate, Sanchez talked about a full reopening by 2022 and sufficient relief being distributed around the country for both workers and businesses. I know I would love to hear more about how she plans to accomplish this, but I have high hopes. Chen talked further about destigmatizing mental health and creating free mental health services. I wholeheartedly agree, and I believe these services are much overdue. Chen's legislation might be considered ambitious to some, suggesting that America move to 100% clean energy by 2030. But her passion and drive was felt by us viewers. Keller closed out the debate talking about free reproductive services, which Parker responded to with one of my favorite new quotes. Life starts at conception. I must have missed that lesson in 9th grade biology. At this point in the process, U.S. voters know the candidates, and we will continue to learn more. I know I'm ready to hear more about specific legislation, and I hope these candidates come ready to back up their opinions. We heard great points from Keller, Lewis, Sanchez, Chen, and Allen, and I hope the debate moderators continue to present them with challenging questions and complex topics. This country has a lot of rebuilding to do, and this will not be accomplished by talking about American values and giving empty promises. Thank you for tuning in, and we will be back with a surprise interview guest after the break.